Democrats at the state and local level are coming up with new ways to try to fight the Trump administration's harsh deportation tactics. Officials in Massachusetts, New York, and California are all considering bills that would ban ICE agents from wearing masks during immigration raids. Meanwhile, some activists say they're taking matters into their own hands to protect their communities. One California man created a website that tracks ICE officers, telling the Washington Post its purpose is to alert locals, quote, so undocumented people could escape and less vulnerable people might show up and protest.
We're getting close to creating an underground railroad for immigrants in which they find protection within the communities. Civilians, individuals, establishments, organizations, lending a hand to helping them because, as we've talked about at this table now for some 3+ or more weeks, certainly before the Epstein noise began, the plight of immigrants in this country is real, and it's not the canard, because that's what it's become, about all these illegal immigrants who are killing, let's just put it on the table, white women. And that narrative just is not enough, because you're seeing grandmas, you're seeing children, you're seeing families, you're seeing business owners, you're seeing people who are just standing in line waiting to go to work, being snatched out of those lines, hauled off by men in masks, never to be heard from again, presumably. And so this I've been thinking about this. It's really kind of that moment where, it's, for me, it's refreshing and heartwarming to see communities sort of figuring out ways in which they can fight back and create a safe lane for these families and these individuals.
I got chills when you made that comparison, because to be honest with you, I've heard that comparison made for the past 15 years when I was doing work in the immigrant rights community and policy and immigration. I think that's been going on for a long time, where there's a teacher who knows she's got a very special student that doesn't have papers, and she takes that student under her wing, a neighbor who's willing to take kids when all of a sudden they don't show up. I don't know that part is new. I think the attention to it is what feels very new. I argued after the fall of Roe that Republicans had actually succeeded in doing what choice advocates always wanted to do, which was to help Americans understand that abortion wasn't backed health care. And I think the way that this administration has gone after immigrants has actually succeeded in underlining what immigrant advocates have always said, which is immigration is critical to this country. Critical for who we are, critical to the economics of this country. You look at all the new polling. Look at this. This is from CNN. Do you think Donald Trump has gone too far when it comes to deporting immigrants living in the U.S. illegally? 55%. You got a majority there who think he has gone too far, who don't think that this, Simone, is what they voted for.
You know what? I always struggle with the people who are like, I didn't vote for this, because they had signs at the RNC convention this past year that said mass deportation now. Right. I'm trying to figure out what you thought mass deportation was going to look like. They are targeting not just immigrants, people who are born here. There have been American citizens that have been scooped up here, not just people, and we're not even just talking about, if we're talking about immigrants from Mexico, there are Haitians, there are Jamaicans. This is metastasizing. And I want Americans, as they are thinking about how they're going to reach out and lend a helping hand and what can they do, elections have consequences. Your votes have consequences. And the next time you think, well, maybe a little pain for somebody else just might be okay, if it means it's good for me, you might want to think twice. Because now this is who we are as America.
Yeah.